Do you have a default action? What do you do in those liminal in-between moments? If you're bored or unsure of what to do you check your phone? Do you open Twitter? Do you check your email for the 100th time today? What would it look like if you changed that default action? Let's talk about that. Hi, I'm James, an engineer and a productivity coach from Seattle. On this channel, we talk about productivity systems, thinking tools, and continuous learning. I'm going to be honest here. My default action is to check Twitter. When I don't know what to do, I open a tab or I pick up my phone and I look at Twitter. I don't think this is a great default action. I'm old enough to remember a time before iPhones and social media. Before that, what the heck did I do? I think my default action was reading, whether it was a book or some kind of online forum about something nerdy. At least it was some form of reading. I asked Twitter what their normal default action is, and I got a lot of unsurprising answers like, well, Twitter. Some people watch YouTube, some people watch anime, but a few people said things like meditation or cleaning. I wanted to experiment with making my default action cleaning instead of checking Twitter. Just before the holidays, I replaced my desk, and to be honest, my place is a mess. There's cardboard boxes everywhere, everything is disorganized, I don't even know what to do with my old desk. If I took all those times I checked Twitter and cleaned a little bit instead, I know my condo could look a lot nicer. So that's what I did. Every time I got the urge to check Twitter, I would go and clean instead, even for just 1 minute. And I'm happy to say that my condo is the cleanest place on earth. It's beautiful. I'm kidding, I forgot about this whole thing after about a week. So here I am, making a second go at replacing my default action. And this time, I think I'm a little more successful than last time. So what did I do differently this time that failed the first time? I'm taking 3 steps. First was to choose my default action and make it easy enough to not be scary. So my vow was that every time I felt the urge to check Twitter, I would go clean for 1 minute. The next step I took was to visualize what it looks like. Just like a basketball player might imagine nailing that shot. I imagined myself checking Twitter, realizing what I had done, standing up and going to clean something. The third step I took was to go easy on myself. Instead of thinking, oh my god, I'm checking Twitter again, I'm the worst, I meant to do this other thing, I'm so bad at this, I'm horrible. I've replaced those thoughts with things like, oh, hey, I'm checking Twitter again. How about we go clean instead? That's what we wanted to do. Taking this gentler approach makes me feel better about myself, and it's actually more effective than the browbeating way. So here we are, 2 weeks into my little experiment, and yes, I'm still checking Twitter. But when I do, I notice it. And I look around my room, I see if there's some trash to pick up or little things to move around, and I'm much more likely to get up and clean something. If you want to try replacing your default action, let's recap the steps I took. Step 1 was choose an aspirational default action that's not too hard. It could be reading, it could be cleaning, it could be doing push-ups. Whatever small action you think would be better than your current default action. Next is to sit down and really visualize what this looks like. Imagine in your head the entire scenario, everything you're gonna do, the way you're gonna feel, what exact steps and actions you're gonna take. Play that in your head like a movie. Finally, view every mess up as a chance to practice your new default action. Every time you go back to your old ways and notice it, that's an opportunity to try your new way. Instead of saying, oh, I'm so stupid, I'm checking Twitter again, say to yourself, oh hey, I'm checking Twitter again. Let's put this coffee mug away instead. And it may be a little thing, but by paying attention to these little actions we take day to day, we can live lives that are more relaxed and more aligned with our long-term goals. What's your default action? Let me know in the comments below. If you liked this video, you might like this video about 6-week bets, or this video that YouTube says you'll like. Bye.